What up, guys? Charles here for HumbleMechanic.com. This question came from Michael. He actually asked a bunch of questions. Two of the answers I put on podcast 146. I'll be sure to link that up. But this answer went way, way long, so I really just didn't have time to put it in the show. I didn't want that show to be too long. So I cut it and put it as a standalone question. Michael is a new technician to the dealership. He came from an independent shop doing a lot more diagnostic work. He wanted to know why the hell he would want to have Vag-Com in a dealership when he has Otis and he can't use Vag-Com for any kind of warranty work. So, Michael, man, here you go. I hope this is what you were looking for.
He also had one more question about why having Vag-Com in the shop if he can't use it for warranty work. He doesn't speak Otis, so Otis is our factory repair manual, and I'm going to stop you right there, dude. You need to learn Otis. There is so much information in the Otis program that it's mind-boggling how much is in there. Two, a lot of it's buried and hard to find, so you need to put the work in and learn how to use that. I love Vag-Com. I think it was 2 questions ago or whatever. I was raving about Vag-Com. I love it. It's my go-to. I'll grab that before I grab the factory scan tool. In fact, it's funny because I usually grab our factory laptop and plug my Vag-Com cable into it just because it's a little bit more convenient. And if I need to print something out, I can print it off of that computer where I can't always do it on a laptop. I'll do the Vag-Com from my phone, which is pretty awesome that I can do that. I love that, the wireless cable. Not for everybody, but I think it's fantastic. So you need to learn Otis. Having Vag-Com in the shop, it's one more scan tool, right? It's one more that if you have a CP job, a customer pay job, you don't have to wait for the guy doing the flash next to you to finish with the scan tool. You mentioned that you use AutoLogic a lot. I don't have a lot of experience with it, but my experience with a lot of aftermarket scan tools is they're awesome on Ford, GM, and Chrysler. And when it comes to Volkswagens, it's a generic code reader. If you have Vag-Com, don't even mess with the AutoLogic. Now, it can probably do some really cool stuff, and maybe there's a higher line package that I've just never used. But in my experience, dude, you're not going to get anything better than the combination of Rostec, Vag-Com, and Otis. For someone that's new, those guided fault-finding test plans are valuable. They will help you diagnose cars, especially on the newer generations. When I started in 04, they sucked. The test plans were terrible. The test plans were terrible until we started to get in the Mark V, B6 gens. Now, they were moving towards something a little bit better. But today, on 14, 15, 16 model year cars, so much value in that scan tool, in your ability to go through these test plans. It tells you what wires to check. It tells you what spec you're supposed to have. It tells you what you need to know. Sometimes it tells you how the circuit works. Sometimes it tells you other components. It really all depends on where your failure is. But dude, this is what I do when I get a car under warranty. Plug scan tool in, let it run, because we have to, right? That is required by warranty. While it's doing that, I'll look at the history of the vehicle and I'll look at the car. Take a cursory look at it. Look at the hood. Look under the hood, at the hood. Look at the battery. Look at the tires. Look at the brakes. Just look over the car to get a feel for the car. Was it, are the front tires bald or is it in pretty good shape? Then once my test plan loads up, I'll run through it dry. I'll put whatever value that it's asking me to put in, whatever spec is, right? To see where it's going to take me, because sometimes those test plans will take you off the freaking deep end. So you want to know where you're going. If where it's telling me it's going to go is way different from where I would go, I don't always jump through the hoops of the test plan. I'll think about it. I'll do research, look through tech bulletins, look through wiring diagrams. So electrical diagnosis can be really hard for a lot of people. It's not easy for most people. Put the work in to learn. Check out Scanner Danner's book. Hit up the old guys, see if you can borrow their SSPs, and don't spend a ton of money on equipment before you understand how to use it. And you really have to know what you're working on and what the end goal is. So great questions, man. Thanks for sending that in, and good luck to you.